guys, welcome back to the second best 4-drive channel on YouTube. Here we are working on the GQ twin turbo. Absolute beast this thing, mate. And we got another episode coming right up for you. In this episode, we do a bit of, guys, please do make sure you subscribe to this channel. I have started this channel to pretty much show and inspire you guys to work on your own cars. I've been building stuff since I was young, and it's just a passion of mine, and hopefully it inspires you guys as well. So hit that subscribe button. Hopefully we can grow ourselves a little community here building sick cars. Speaking of which, here's one right here. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, today I've set myself a little side quest task, and that is mounting the coil pack. So from factory, the LS ones are quite large and ugly, and they actually sit on top of the rocker covers. So we're going to get some little billet covers from High Torque. Now, if you go on the interwebs and look in the over there section of the darkened internet web, you'll find a little bracket you can buy for these, but they're $100 each. And when I looked into it, it's essentially one little bent bit of metal and a couple of bolts. That's right, it looked like it was going to be pretty simple. I had a quick think about this, came up with a plan. So what I've gone and done is bought a couple of little supplies that I think will work. We've got some long bolts here and a little bit of nylon. The plan is to cut these up to create spaces and then mount them into the firewall. So I made a few more measurements and cracked into building this thing. I wanted to make sure there's a little bit of a gap between each coil pack to avoid there being some spark contamination between the ignition system. I got cutting on the nylon spaces, that was the first thing, make sure it was going to fit properly, and then we can build a bracket around it. Alright, I've drilled these out, not super stoked, it was real hard, like obviously it's the center there, but on the other side, it's just kind of going in crooked. Look, that wasn't going to stop me. I was happy with how it was looking anyway. We're going to move on to making the bracket, drawn it up on Fusion, and we got the plasma cutter to cut it out perfectly. Had a little bracket here, it was time to bend it up, drill some holes, and get some paint on there. Alrighty guys, it's been a couple of days, but I did manage to get those coil pack brackets made, and they're actually in the car here. We mounted them on the firewall, nice and solid. So we've got our even side there, odd side here, and we've literally wired it straight into the Haltech back to the ECU here. All of this will be perfectly hidden by the dash, and then we're just going to run the leads out through a couple of holes through the firewall to the spark plugs, and that just makes this whole engine bay super nice and clean. You'll see them kind of duck out under there, under the headers. You won't even know they're there. Alrighty guys, so the last episode you saw us do a lot of the Haltech install in the harness. Now, I've spent the last few days just going through the software before I even start filming to explain to you, and I think I've worked my way around it. It's a new NSP software instead of the ESP they used to have, and straight off the bat, completely wireless, which is gangster, so I can have my laptop near the car, wirelessly hook into the ECU. Now, I've already done all the setup, but I think I can recreate it here. Yeah, setup checklist. Now with the Nexus Rebel, there's a real basic list of 5 or 6 things. So here it's already seeing all the sensors showing 28 degrees of temperature, coolant temperature is 22. Click to your next screen, you calibrate your throttle pedal. We don't have that yet. Same again, you calibrate the actual throttle on the manifold. Go to the next screen. This is where you can test pumps and stuff. So I don't know if you'll hear it, but I can literally click this button and the fuel pump starts running. You probably won't hear that, but the next screen is the fans, which you will hear. If I go here, test fan 1. Test fan 2. All wireless, just turning fans on and off, pretty gangster.
These they suck.
They do suck, they're pretty sucky fans. Screen after that, this is also cool. So you obviously have a bunch of different trigger systems with the crank and cam sensors on LSs. You can dial it in, but essentially this is just telling me to crank the engine, and it will just automatically detect what trigger system you got. And then you go through and do injectors and stuff. We can't do any of this because I still have a hole in the bloody pressure sensor for for oil. So we'll have oil squirting everywhere, but I will do that. Another cool thing that we've just done, we've got the injectors from ProFlow. Now they do genuine Bosch injectors from ProFlow. We went a 1450cc injector, E85 compatible for the flex fuel, and on the Haltech system I could literally type in the Bosch injector itself. It knew the actual number and the code on the injector when they arrived exactly matched the software, which gives me confidence that they're correct. This is also very cool, individual cylinder testing for injectors, or you can cycle it in the like the cycle that the engine would run. So this is good for just diagnosing any cabling, or if you're using an old car with injectors, you may hear one not opening properly. So first injector, you can hear it. I'm gonna pull this off. Injector 2. Or you can hit cycle, listen to this. Cool. Does that sound like a V8 or what? So injectors are tested. We can probably do fuel pressure soon, make sure we've got no leaks. Set the manual pressure. Oh, my Uber driver's here. Indeed, yes, my delivery from Woolworths had arrived, so I had a quick bit of lunch, and it was pretty much just spent the rest of the afternoon doing a little bit more coding and testing on the motor. We weren't quite ready to fire it, but in next episode, we'll do exactly that. Alrighty guys, like a good Sunday roast cooked by Mama Bear, all great things take time. So, we'll see you guys next week when we hopefully get a little bit more done on the patrol for you guys. But for now, we got to load this thing up for a show on the weekend. We'll see you next week.